Whoa, it's the next episode of the Yanks versus me. Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Right, here we go, everyone. Welcome back. It's episode 2. It's a bit late in the day. I don't normally start filming this late, but I thought, fuck it. Let's get something done. I've got a special visitor coming tomorrow, so I'm going to have to tidy up a little bit before I go. I've gone for some bog oak on the top. I do like a bog oak fretboard. It's a nice little, it's got a bit of grain. It will darken down beautifully. I've got a little strip of Zebrano in there just to give it a little bit of, you know what I mean? Je ne sais quoi. Amuse bouche, whatever you want to fucking call it. Here is our top. This is what it's turned out like after last time. When you sand down through Zero Cote, it's a bit like walnut. The striations and the colour don't go down in a perpendicular fashion. I just wanted to say perpen and dick in the same word, and it works nicely. So you do lose your book match if you're not careful, so don't be frivolous. If you're unaware what's going to go, I don't know why I'm looking about it, parental advisory, all right? Bit of swearing going on. Go and watch episode 1 if you've not seen it, where we were constructing this body. Lovely, jubbly, proper job. It's fucking spanking, isn't it? Now, in this episode, we are going to get this neck pretty much done, ready to put in the body. By that, I mean, am I going to do any carving in this episode? I might do a bit of carving. I might save that. I don't know. So we are thickness down. I have re-tickled and straightened everything up, and it's all lovely jubbly. Incidentally, I'm making 2 of these. Shh. One's for me. This is my laminated neck that I made months ago, and just cut it rough size, let it air, and then give it a re-tickle, glue it up, opposing grains, and all that sort of stuff. That has been trouble-free. I've got another neck over there, which is a quarter sawn, expensive mahogany neck blank. I cut a strip off it. As soon as I cut the strip off, it went like a fucking pig's tail. And I thought, hey up, we might have some issues here with this bit of wood. And I've just had to re-tickle the bottom of it. So that's the one I'm keeping. So that's interesting. I can always bin it off and make another neck. But interesting, expensive neck blank. I'm worried about it. First time in a long time. So we'll stay tuned. I might keep you informed. I might not. I'm not very good at information. So I'm going to get this radius in a minute. We are going to cut some fret slots. We've got a bit of sand in. Once I've cut the fret slots, I'm going to go for miniature brass inlays. And then I'm going to fill them with a bit of glow-in-the-dark epoxy. I was going to use cream epoxy. I was going to use some infills, but they don't fit perfectly, so I wasn't particularly happy with that. So I'll use some epoxy and get this colour match, because we'll take the white up the guitar. We'll take it up the anus. There you go. Ooh, got a bee in here. How the fuck did that get in here? Cunt. Now, not no more fucking thing. Right, so we're going to get radius, we're going to get fret slots done, we're going to put teeny tiny brass inlays in. I'm going to take you through it in a little bit of detail, and we'll see how we get on. That might take us to the end of the episode, I don't know. And then the next episode we'll get some routes done and all that sort of guff. I've ordered cashew nut oil. It has cost me a fucking fortune because it's from the US of A. I'm supplying goods, I'm buying goods from the fucking enemies, but it's what Mr. Barlow uses from Barlow Guitars, and I've watched enough of his videos where he's queefing it on with his little foam brush, so I'm going to have a go at the same. I bought a couple of pints. Tell it's American, but I buy quarts. Quarts! I thought a quart would be a quarter of a gallon, and a gallon is 4 pints, so a quart would be a pint. It's not, it's 2 pints. You boys are fucked up. 7/16 of a fucking mung bean. So here we are at the radius beam. We're ready to go. It's a 12-inch radius. I've pretty much set things here. I'm going to put my eyes on. I'm going to go across that way, and then I'm going to finish going up ways, and I'm going to make sure. I've also got this propped up. It's hell of a technico. I've got this end propped up with a business card which is folded in half from my old business that I fucking threw away to do this shit. By doing that, we're going to make sure that the edge going up the side of the fretboard, which I don't know what I'm pointing at here, there's nothing here. The edge of the fretboard will be parallel. That's the plan anyway. Oh, I've got one there. Yeah, we want this black stripe to be Parallel. Testing, testing, 1, 2, fucking 3. Now, there's one thing we can't avoid, and that's a bit of sanding. So I've had to stick the neck into sandy. You can see I've got 2 identical Wannabunners. One that I think is going to twist up like my fucking sense of humour. I've got my 120 grit on the radius beam. I've penciled up my fretboard like this. See what I did there? I coloured it in, kept between the lines. Dave, you're not quite on the ball here. Now, you got to make sure now that when you use this, you're not going to go on a fucking angle and start putting a seesaw in. So just start slow. Constantly keeping that clear, and I've got lots of nasty tool marks in. So I'm just going to keep going until they're all gone. I'll see you in a minute. I'll speed up this bit because honestly, it is laborious. We can't all have a grizzly sanding radius jig like they've got over in the States. They won't send one to me. I'm too far away. And Chris and Matt love getting naked, dousing themselves in honey or maple syrup because that's in abundance over there. And they dance around the maypole, just touching each other's nebbly bits because they've got a fucking grizzly sander. I had enough, boys, all right? Keep your sander and your beloved pin router and stick it right up the dirt box.
3 days later.
Right, everyone, I'm just jumping in. Obviously, there's a raffle. I've told you before. You can enter the Texas Guitars raffle. It's not mine, it's theirs, but it's worldwide. You can pick their guitar or my guitar. If you win, second place gets second pick. Their guitar is an absolute stonker. Mine is an absolute win for me, technique-wise. Love it. It's a phenomenal player. You can see them both on the website now if you want a sneak peek. Definitely go and enter the raffle and go and do a course if you want to make your own. The Texas Toast course is a blinder. All right, I promise you, you will not regret it. And their community is just stonking. Same with Crimson in the UK. Back to the video, slags. Right, so final job of the day. Let's get back on it. Let's do a little bit, shall we? I'm going to just run this through the... Shall I have a little think about what I'm going to say before I say it? Otherwise, the Americans will think I'm some sort of twat. We all know I meant twat. But you call it a twat, so which makes no fucking sense at all. I'm going to run this through the fret cutter, which is just a saw with the correct blade on it. I'll see you in 2 secs. We'll do a bit of inlay. Do you want a speedy? Speedy uppy? Slags. Right, this is an easy little bit you can do. I was going to do something way more fancy, but honestly, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to be going with my brass dots. The only thing a little bit unusual, I'm going to turn the aircon off because it's taking the piss. Noisy bastard. I'm going to be putting brass circles in here. I'm going to go across the top, 2 for 12, and then along the bottom. I like to do it that way because I'm a little bit special. No, shall I? No, I'm going right up the middle. I'm going up the middle today. Now, obviously, I can't see pencil lines on this fucker, so we'll put a bit of tape on there. I've got my end marked. Here's an interesting one for you. I'll talk to you because I need the counselling. My wife never apologises.
Allegedly!
And if she does, she don't fucking mean it. And she says it for her teeth. Oof. I mean, even saying that is enough to get me cancelled online, I know. But she's just texted me after 2 days of me giving her what I would say the cold shoulder and being a bit fucking tough. I ain't having it. She woke up in a twatty mood. She gave me grief. I didn't go to the gym. I come work early in protest, even though I'm 45 and it felt a little bit childish. And it's taken her 2 days to go like this. Sorry, all right, I'm sorry. She didn't fucking mean it, but I insisted. Now I'll take that as a bit of a breakthrough, gents. And perhaps you might want to comment below. Is your wife ever wrong? Because mine fucking ain't. So I'll score these lines because I need to be able to measure things. Naturally, you're going to need to measure the middle of your fretboard. And then we're just going to have to find the centres. When you've done that, it's engaging this video, isn't it? Shall I do it with my pants off?
Yeah, boy.
Calm down, it's not happening. Right, just double check yourself because you're thick. 1, 2, 3. There you go. We're all thick. It wasn't a slight on you. It was a slight on you, Trevor. You are the thickest of the lot. Now I'm going to use a centre punch, and I'm just going to very carefully punch all these. Now that one is punched a little bit low, so I'm going to be a bit careful. This is a 6mm brass pipe, so I've got a 6mm drill bit. You know you've gone deep enough because you lit the top of your truss rod just with your tippy toe in the little tippy point there. Lovely. Now you can go a little bit deeper if you want. You don't really need to. That's going to be enough to sit that brass in there. And we don't have to get too crazy. You can use a different drill bit now, a normal metal one, and just deepen that hole and go a bit further if you want. I wouldn't fucking bother, to be fair. Now, the only difference I've made is I've used a little fret protector and I've drilled it out carefully. I've basically stuck that to a bit of wood and then carefully drilled it out with a bit of 6mm so it will slip over my shaft like that. You need a little bit of sandpaper. You need your trusty tape with a bit of CA glue. The beloved cocktail stick. I might put that on a t-shirt. All hail the beloved cocktail stick. Dave, I'm going to bring you in because you're being a twat. So basically, I want to just put a tiny bevel on here. You can use a file if you wanted. You could use Peter. We're just going to put a tiny bevel on that. So it slips in that hole easy. Like that. All right, it's not hard, is it? Obvious stuff, really, when you think about it. Little bit of CA glue, not a lot. Rim her out. Poke her in. Bit of activator, get it fizzing. If you do cause a bit of damage to your fretboard, don't panic, because you're going to sand it again now anyway. So, where's me do? Just going to go and get Junior. Here he is, little twat. So here's Junior, and we're just going to use Junior, and we're going to cut along. All right, lift off your little protector. Give him a bit of a file. Just very gently, we don't want to be leaving any tooth marks in here. And we'll just gently drill that out. So that's that, right? And I'm just going to fill that with a bit of black epoxy. I was going to fill it with white, but I think I'm going to fill it with black. I just want gold rings. I keep meaning to do that on fretboards, but yeah, I'll forget and I'll fucking lose myself when I do other finishes. And that's just shit, innit? So one more look for posterity. Bit of CA on the cocktail. Rim her out. Tube in the hole. Activator. Slippity slip. Bit of a file. Bit of a drill. Alright, and that is fine, alright, for the minute. I'll see you when I've got all the rest in. And we'll move on to the epoxy bit. Oh, it's exciting, isn't it, for a Saturday afternoon? I'm going home for a wank then. Right, last job. I was tempted to go with like an aquamarine or something like that. Put a bit of colour on, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna go boring. It's not boring. I just want it to be black. I just want it to look like cheeky rings. If I got brown, I've got so many colours, I don't really need them. Right, let's measure up. I'm going to do it in grams, because I'm a European. 10 Gs, motherfucker. Bit of black carborundum, whatever the fuck it is. You're watching a guy mix a little bit of shit. Always make sure your epoxy is mixed fairly well, everyone. Because it's a bad day if you don't. Sometimes when I'm mixing, I like to just watch silly little fucking tick-tards like this.
No. Oh, no.
I get sent them by people on Instagram. I don't watch reels, I don't watch shorts, and I certainly have not got fucking tick-tard on my phone. That is for absolute mung pieces. Right, here we go. Let's get this on. Again, you're going to need a cocktail stick because you don't want any air bubbles. And I'm literally going to apply this with a cocktail stick. Slowly, slowly. Twist it on. And just make sure it's nice and proud, like that, all right? Don't worry if it runs a little bit. If you get a bit too much on there, just lift it off. There you go. Make sure they're all nicely raised. Lovely jubbly. I'm going to set this aside now. It's Saturday afternoon, so I'm going to go home and enjoy my Sunday. I'm having a drink. Half marathon next weekend, so I won't be having a drink next Saturday. So I'll make the most tonight. Couple of ciders, I reckon. Let's see what that looks like when I come back. See you in a minute. It's Monday. Shh, a bit of time has passed. I've already got the specs on. We're nice and dry. I've filed one. I thought to myself, I won't carry on. I will do a bit and I'll get you involved and you can see what I'm doing. I'm looking around, I'm talking to you, I'm looking for my file and some cunt is drilling over the road. It's doing my fucking head in. They're having a loft conversion. I don't like the sound of noise cancellation on this. It makes you sound like a robot, like Elon Musk's spunk puppet. Don't want to be doing that. Right, I've got me bastard. I believe this is an 8-inch. I'm unfamiliar with that length. And I'm just going to very lightly file off. Basically until my brass goes shiny all the way up. All right, just a little bit. That one there annoying. Look, he's a little bit low, but he's right on the cusp. I reckon he'd be all right. Now I'm going to put this back into Sandy and we're going to whip up and down. I'm going to go 120, 240, 320. I won't film it. I'll just... it's not worth watching the vinegar stroke, is it? It's not that interesting. You all got to get through that yourselves. Incidentally, I did think to myself, I might leave that bit as a Soprano and just trim it back under the nut so the nut sits on it. Thought that might be a cool idea. I'll see what it looks like. Winging it. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Bit of sanding. Right, that is sanded up to 320. This bog oak does give you a bit of texture, but 320, that's pretty smooth. Can you hear that? Oh. I've got a tiny little air bubble in that one, nothing that a bit of black CA glue won't solve. And this will all darken down. I like the black rings. That is exactly what I was aiming at. I should have done that ages ago. I always fill it with a different colour, but I like that. Classy. Unlike me, I'm not classy at all.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Right, to see the video out, let's take the glasses off so I can address you. Mano, oh mano. I've got to put this in. I've pre-cut this little cheeky one. I've got to route this off and make it a bit tidy and lovely, right? And the thing I'm going to do differently with this one, I'm going to go for 2 magnets. And then at this end, I'm going to scallop the end of my plate. And I'm hoping, that I can just push that end and pop it out. That might not work. If it doesn't, I'll make another one and we'll put another magnet in. But that's the experiment. Let's get on with it. Got ever such a sore throat at the minute, but I still won't be a spitter.
Peter just hammers it. Jeffrey just drills it. Jim will just fix it. But Paul does all of it.
Never before seen on the show before. That goes in there. Oh, it even makes a cock noise. I've got an annoying chip out there that I'm going to have to fill with something. That's annoyed me. But that's hard to push down. But works. It's the best noise ever. It's like me Willie.
Come again.
Woo-hoo-hoo. There you go. That's a good thing to end the show on. A little bit of a success. I'm going to mix up a bit of dust and glue and just fill that a little bit and just see if I can make that a little bit less visible, which is the same as invisible, but I didn't want to use too long a word because Trevor might be watching, and Trevor, as we all know, is the thickest bastard on the block. I'll show you one last thing before we go, all right? One last thing. Talk amongst yourselves. This is the finish I'm using. I'm trying at the minute. You've all seen Barlow guitars. This is cashew lacquer. Cashew lacquer. You put it on, it's a bit too oily to be honest. You put it on, but it builds up quite thick and you sand 800 in between and then you polish it and you just get a nice gloss. It smells phenomenal. My workshop smells great in here. That's a bit moist at the minute, but that's the sort of finish I'm going to be going for. That sort of sheen. You've all seen Barlow guitars on Instagram. I'm copying him. I just paid 130 quid for two of them from the Americas, from Earth, Wind and Fire, or whoever fucking sells it. But that should last me a good few years. Anyway, so yeah, that's the finish I'm going for on this one, and it will look like that one. So it'll bring the mahogany out quite nicely. And if it doesn't, well, it's fucking tough shit, innit? The Americans don't appreciate good things anyway, do they? Let's be honest. We've got quite a lot done, haven't we, in the episode? I think we've done all right. So I will see you next week. We've got to be carving the neck. We've got to get that attached to the body. I'll have all the links to what I'm using in that video. We'll get some cavities done. I've got a sound hole cut out to do, which is a bit of a secret sauce, because it's this. I've taken these two shapes from the Texas Toast logo. I don't have to tell them that. I'll just reposition. I quite like that. I think that's going to look pretty awesome. So I'll plonk that one on. I might move it in a little bit. I'll plonk that one on and we'll cut them out. I think that'll look quite class, wouldn't it? A bit different, something unusual. I like unusual. You should see my wife.
I think she always wanted to do something artistic because she could always find the camera, you know, wherever I was in the room, even if I shoved it underneath her minge. Even when I stuck it underneath her chuff-chuff, bang, she looked over and waved at me and came on the lens. She was laughing at one moment, ecstasy, laughing at me and coming. At one point, she's laughing at me and coming. At the same time. He was a big man. I enjoyed having him in the house. What are you thinking?
I don't know what to think, bro. Heartbreaking, like you said.
Let's watch the chase.